The knock on the door came just after midnight. At first, I thought it was a dream, the kind of sound your mind invents in that space between sleep and waking. But then it came again, louder, sharper, demanding. I got out of bed, careful not to wake my daughter, Lily, who had fallen asleep beside me after a nightmare. My wife passed away 2 years ago, and ever since, Lily and I had been clinging to each other like survivors in a storm. I opened the door, and there they were, two strangers in dark suits, holding clipboards and wearing false smiles. "Mr. Hayes," one of them asked, "we're here regarding your daughter. She's coming with us." The words hit me like a sledgehammer. My hands curled into fists. "She's not going anywhere," I said, my voice rough. The men claimed they were from Child Protection Services, sent because I wasn't fit to raise Lily on my own. But something about them was wrong. Their IDs looked flimsy, their language rehearsed. And most importantly, no real social worker shows up at midnight demanding to take a child. When I refused, their smiles vanished. "Don't make this difficult," one hissed. "You've already lost your wife. Don't lose your daughter, too." That was the moment my fear turned into fire. The next day, I reported the incident to the police, but the officer's weary eyes told me what I already feared: they had bigger problems and not enough resources. "We'll keep an eye out," he said, but his tone was apologetic, not reassuring. That night, as I tucked Lily into bed, she whispered, "Daddy, are they going to take me away?" I forced a smile, kissed her forehead, and promised, "No one will ever take you from me. Not as long as I'm breathing." But deep inside, I knew the threat wasn't over. Days passed. I went to work, tried to maintain normalcy, but shadows followed us, strange cars parked across the street, unfamiliar faces at the grocery store, calls that hung up when I answered. Whoever those men were, they weren't finished. I knew I couldn't do this alone. So I turned to my brother, Mark, a retired Marine who had seen his share of battles. When I told him what had happened, his jaw tightened. "They picked the wrong family," he said. "If they want to come back, we'll be ready." That night, we set up cameras around the house, reinforced the doors, and kept a watchful eye. I hated the paranoia, hated that Lily sensed it, but I refused to let her be stolen like some possession. And sure enough, 3 nights later, they came back. This time, not 2 men. 4. They moved quickly, dressed in black, faces covered. They weren't here to talk. They were here to take. But they didn't know I was waiting. As they tried to pry open the back door, I hit the floodlights. The yard lit up like midday. Mark was already outside, his voice booming like thunder. "Step away from the house." The men froze, startled, but then one rushed forward. He never made it past the gate. Mark tackled him to the ground, his Marine training kicking in like muscle memory. Another tried to run toward the front, but I blocked him, standing in the doorway with a baseball bat in my hands and every ounce of fatherly fury in my veins. "You're not taking her," I roared. The others, realizing they were outmatched, scrambled into the dark and sped away in a van. The police came minutes later. This time, with hard evidence from the cameras, they took the threat seriously. The man Mark had caught turned out to be part of a criminal ring, posing as child services to traffic kids from vulnerable families. The weight of it nearly crushed me. To think how close they had come to taking Lily made my stomach twist. But as the officers led the man away in handcuffs, Lily ran into my arms, sobbing. "You saved me, Daddy." And in that moment, I knew nothing, no grief, no fear, no darkness, could ever break the bond between us. In the weeks that followed, the ring was exposed and dismantled thanks to the evidence from our cameras. Neighbors came together, stronger, more watchful. People who once kept to themselves now checked in on each other, united by the reminder of how fragile safety could be. Lily still had nightmares, but they grew softer over time. And whenever she woke in the middle of the night, she'd crawl into my arms, whispering, "You'll never let go, right?" "Never," I always told her. "You're my whole world." The message: life will test us in ways we never expect. Loss, fear, and danger will come knocking when we least want it. But love, real love, makes us stronger than we ever thought we could be. When the world tries to take what matters most, you stand your ground. You fight with everything you have. And in the end, you protect the ones who make life worth living.